The most dangerous moment in a trader's career is not when they are losing. It is when they are winning. When a trader undergoes a devastating losing streak, their natural defenses are high. They are cautious, they examine their charts with meticulous precision, and they treat their risk parameters with immense respect because the pain of failure is fresh. But when a trader experiences a string of consecutive wins, when every position they take turns to gold and every target is smashed with effortless ease, a far more insidious psychological threat begins to take root. This threat is the silent inflation of the trader's ego. During a winning streak, the human brain releases a continuous torrent of dopamine. This chemical rush alters our perception of risk. In normal society, success breeds confidence, and confidence is viewed as an unmitigated good. If an athlete wins multiple games, their confidence allows them to perform at a higher level. But the financial market does not operate under the laws of human sports or societal hierarchies. The market does not care about momentum. It does not care about confidence. And it certainly does not care about a trader's past record. To the primitive brain, however, a streak of positive outcomes can only mean one thing. I have figured it out. I am smarter than the crowd. I can predict the future. Slowly, almost invisibly, the trader transitions from executing a statistical edge to believing they possess a supernatural ability. This is where the psychological trap snaps shut. The trader looks at their next setup, but they no longer see a trade that carries a 40% chance of failure. They see a guaranteed winner. Because they believe the trade cannot lose, they begin to violate their core parameters. They arbitrarily double their position size, thinking they should maximize this hot streak. They neglect their pre-trade analysis, entering positions early based on a gut feeling rather than strict criteria. They overlook minor warning signs on the chart because their ego tells them they can manage any situation. They are completely blind to the fact that they are standing on the edge of a psychological cliff. The winning streak has effectively anesthetized their perception of danger. When the inevitable losing trade finally arrives, because randomness dictates it must, the shock is catastrophic. Because the position size was unsustainably large, a single loss wipes out a massive percentage of the gains accumulated over the entire week or month. The trader's illusion of invincibility is shattered in a single 5-minute candle, frequently triggering an immediate spiral into revenge trading and total account liquidation. To survive the lethal euphoria of a winning streak, a trader cannot rely on basic self-control. When dopamine is flooding the system, logic is overridden. The solution requires an external mechanical framework designed to protect the trader from their own ego. To solve this, an operator must implement the protocol of the quantitative vault. The first step of this protocol is the mandatory implementation of a dopamine circuit breaker. This is a strict operational rule. If a trader achieves a specific metric of success, such as 3 maximum target wins in a row or a 5% gain on total account equity within a single week, they must immediately lock their execution platform and step away from the live market for a minimum of 24 hours. This is not a reward, it is a clinical safety measure. The purpose of the circuit breaker is to allow the brain's neurochemistry to return to a baseline state of equilibrium. It forces the ego to cool down. It breaks the dangerous psychological link between a winning streak and the false belief that the market has become easy. The second step of the protocol is the rule of flatlining allocation. Under this framework, a trader is strictly prohibited from altering their risk per trade based on short-term performance metrics. Whether a trader has just lost 5 trades in a row or won 10 trades in a row, the dollar amount risked on trade number 11 must remain absolutely identical. To enforce this mentally, the professional operator treats a winning streak not as a victory, but as an operational hazard. When a winning streak occurs, instead of celebrating, they increase their internal skepticism. They review their winning trades with the exact same harsh, hypercritical scrutiny they apply to their losses, actively looking for instances where they simply got lucky despite breaking a rule. The ultimate transition from amateur to professional happens when you begin to fear a winning streak just as much as a losing streak. A professional understands that a streak of wins is nothing more than a temporary statistical cluster of positive variance. It is a random distribution of favorable outcomes that says absolutely nothing about their intelligence or superiority. If you want to protect your capital over a decade, you must learn to govern your success with the same cold, detached iron fist that you use to govern your failures. The market will gladly hand you a string of easy victories, only to use those very victories as the bait to lure you into total financial self-destruction. See you in the next video.